Good morning, my dear students. Yesterday I started the prose The Ailing Planet, The Green Movement's Role, which is written by Nani Palkiwala. As I told you, Nani Palkiwala published the present prose, namely The Ailing Planet, The Green Movement's Role, on 24th November 1994. So here the author raised the issues regarding the declining health of the earth, which is continued to have relevance till now. So, as I told you that we cannot recall any movements in the world history which has gripped the imagination of the entire human race so completely and so rapidly. So, we cannot recall the movements, any movements in the world history which has gripped, which has seized the imagination of the entire human race so completely and so rapidly as the green movements, which was started nearly 25 years ago, then 1994. So, we started about 50 years ago at present. So, in 1972, the world's first nationwide Green Party was founded in New Zealand. Since then, so after then, or from then, the movement has not looked back. From them, the movement has not looked back. It is going to be continued. It is forwarding. So, we have shifted our hopes irrevocably from the mechanistic view to a holistic and ecological view of the world. So, we have shifted our view from the mechanistic to a holistic and ecological view of the world. It means that we have shifted our imagination, we have shifted our concept view about the earth from the mechanistic view to a holistic and ecological view of the world. That means the whole is greater than the part, than some part. So, this shift, we have shifted, this shift is in human perception as revolutionary as that introduced by Copernicus, who taught mankind in the 16th century that the earth and the other planets revolve round the sun. So, it is a shift that human perceptions is as revolutionary as the Copernicus introduced the revolutionary idea that Copernicus taught human being in the 16th century that the earth and the other planets revolve round the sun. So, not the sun is revolved round the earth. So, the earth and the other planets moves around the sun. It is taught by Copernicus in 16th century. So, this is a shift we introduced in 16th century by Copernicus. For the first time, in human history, there is a growing worldwide consciousness that the earth itself is a living organism, an enormous being of which we are parts. So it is for the first time in human history that we have a world consciousness. We have a world consciousness that the earth itself is a living organism, an enormous being of which we are parts. We are also a part of the earth. So earth is also a living being, and in the earth there are so many organisms who are living, and we are also a part of this earth. It has its own metabolic needs and vital processes which need to be respected and preserved. So it has its own metabolic the earth has its own nutritional supplement. Metabolic means nutritional supplements. So the earth has its own nutritional supplements needs and vital processes, important processes which need to be respected and preserved. Which need to be respected and preserved also. We should have to preserve the metabolic needs of the earth, the nutritional supplement needs of the earth, and a vital process we should have to respect, and we should have nutritional supplements of the earth. The earth's vital sign reveal a patient in declining health. So the earth use so earth uses earth's vital signs reveals a patient. So earth's vital signs, earth uses signs reveal a patient in declining health. So earth itself it's revealing a patient in its declining health. We have begun to realize our ethical obligations to be good stewards of the planet and responsible trustees of the legacy to future generation. So we have begun to realize ourselves the moral obligations to be good steward, the moral obligation to be good character of the planet, of the earth, and responsible trustees of the legacy to future generation. So we are the responsible trustees of our future generation. We are the legacy of the future generation. We are the character who should have the obligations, who should have the moral obligations to preserve the earth and to preserve the natural resources of the earth for the future generation. That means we should not compromise anything regarding the uses of the earth's resources. It means we should have to think for our future generation, for the usefulness of the earth itself, because it is also a living being and we are a part of it. If the earth is going to be declined, if the earth's health condition is not good, then our health condition will also be bad. The concept of sustainable development was popularized in 1987 by the World Commission on Environment and Development. So, the concept of sustainable development was introduced and popularized in 1987 by the World Commission on Environment and Development. In its report, it defined the ideas as development that meets the needs of the present without compromising the ability of future generations to meet their needs. That is, without stripping the natural world of resources future generation would need. So, sustainable development is a development which means that the development meets the needs of the present. It meets the needs and importance of the present generation without compromising the ability of future generation also to meet their needs. So, this is the sustainable development without stripping the natural world of resources future generation would need. It means that we can use the resources, we can use the natural resources of the earth in a way to protect them to protect and preserve them for the future generation also. So, we cannot use the resources completely, we cannot destroy the planets, we cannot destroy the plants and forests and the other natural resources for ourselves only. We should have to use in a way to preserve them for the future generation, for our future generation also. That means if we cut a tree, for that we should have to plant more than 10 trees. And the other resources, water also and the minerals also, we should have to preserve for the future generation also. In the zoo at Lusaka, Zambia, there is a cake where the notice reads, "The world's most dangerous animal." Inside the cake, there is no animal but a mirror where you see yourself. So, in a zoo at Lusaka, Zambia, so there is a case. In the case, a notice was given, and the notice is like that, the world's most dangerous animal. But actually, inside the case, there is no animal but a mirror where you can see yourself. It reflects that we, the human being, are the most dangerous animal for the earth. We are the most dangerous animal who are going to destroy the earth itself. So, there is no other animals dangerous than the human being. Thanks to the efforts of a number of agencies in different countries, a new awareness has now dawned upon the most dangerous animal in the world. So, the author thanks for the efforts of a number of agencies in different countries. So it is a new awareness which has dawned upon the most dangerous animal in the world. He has realized the wisdom of shifting from a system based on domination to one based on partnership. So, thanks for the efforts made by the different agencies of the world history that has now realized upon the most dangerous animal of the world, that is the human being, and he has realized the shifting from a system based on domination to one based on partnership. So they have realized the system of domination. So they have shifted from a system based on domination, that the human being is dominating. The human being is dominating the other animals, the other living beings of the other organisms of the world, of the earth, and it shifted from that previous view to a new view of partnership. That means we, the living beings of the earth, have to live together, because the earth is a great living being and we are a part of it. So we should have to preserve the natural resources, the resources of the earth, for the future generation also. We should protect the earth, we should take care of the health of the earth. Then only the living of us is possible. So without protecting, without taking care of the health condition of the earth, we cannot think the living, we cannot think the existence of us in the earth, on the earth. So this is all for today, my dear student. I hope all of you understood. In my next class, I will start the remaining portion. Thank you. Bye bye. Stay at home. Have a good day.